This is YSM Sports Media. Want to thank you for all your love and support. Really appreciate it. We wouldn't be able to do this without you. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now and click the notification button for all future content. Hot shot.
What's
Greg Hackett. What's good, man?
I'm chilling, man. YSM Sports Media. Hit that button, man.
What you got going in there?
No, we just chilling. We here early right now. Just got done working with a client, and then gym time around 4:30. So that's when all the killers come in.
Yeah, man, the clients, is that another way of making money in this game?
Yeah, you definitely pick up a couple dollars. You know what I'm saying? Working with the clients, you charge them by session, or you charge them weekly or monthly. You know what I mean? Everybody do different deals. You know.
Is it better working with the men or the women?
I like working with fighters, man. That's my whole thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? But fighters don't pay. So that's why when you see these big disputes on the pro level about money, and people always quick to say, oh, the coach being greedy or money hungry. It's because all the years he worked these motherfuckers for free. Everybody think they supposed to get this for free. No, you gotta pay. So, you know what I'm saying? The fighters, I love working with them, but sometimes they get a little carried away because they act like they paying you. They're not paying you. Not really paying you. Even if you do give me a couple dollars, it's not paying for the gas money, the food, and all that other shit that, you know what I mean, we go through.
How much would you say y'all spend from the amateurs to like early pros?
Man, it's easy, 200,000, 400,000, between 2 and 4, depending on how many kids you got. Dudes be having, bro. There's some coaches out here that got 10-man teams, 15-man team, 20-man team. It's crazy. They gotta get sponsored.
Shit, a dude on your team, Rel
got 30 people. Come on, man. Come on. So think about the money he spent. Bro, go to 3-4 gyms in a day, 2-3 gyms in a day. The gas money, the food, and all of that. Like, come on, bro. Bro, pick kids up around the city, take them to the gym. Come on, man. And people want you to do this for free. They think you're supposed to just do it for free. I don't understand where that comes from. That way of thinking.
We've seen a bunch of disputes as far as with fighters and trainers, like you said earlier.
Yeah.
Is it the lack of understanding between both parties, or is it one party just not wanting to, I guess, acquiesce to the other?
To be honest, what happens is when fighters reach a certain level, right? You start getting people in your ear. You get these people in your ear because they want to generate off of you. So they start trying to tell you how to move. And they start trying to tell you to get rid of certain guys because you pay him 10%, that's too much money. You should be paying him 5. And if he won't take the 5, I will fire him and get somebody with more experience. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, that person telling you that, they taking 20. You get what I'm saying? What happens is the fighters, they get big-headed and they forget. They forget, man. Fighters really forget when they was hungry and they asked you, yo, you got a couple hours when you try to get something to eat for the night. They forget about them nights. Can't get home, you gotta drop them off, or you gotta, you know what I'm saying, get them a ride or whatever. Pay for a lift nowadays, get them pay for public transportation. They forget about that shit. They do. They get big-headed. And they get big-headed because boxing is a selfish sport, and it is a lonely sport because you're in there fighting by yourself, but you're not by yourself because you didn't get there by yourself. You know what I'm saying? But fighters get big-headed. And sometimes you do got trainers who are greedy, but is it really greed when you gave up so much? See, you gotta add up everything. There's trainers who don't know their kids that well because of boxing. And what I mean by that is you spend so much time away from your kids because you're worrying about fighters. There's trainers who their relationship life is fucked up because of boxing. They keep coming home with stories about how the fighter's doing them wrong, or they coming home broke. The wife like, yo, I thought you was training all day. Where the money at? I mean, you ain't making that much money. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot you go through. So fighters need to be more considerate about that. You know what I'm saying? The managers and stuff like that, they don't give a fuck about the training. They don't give a fuck. The promoters don't give a fuck. Nobody don't give a fuck. So you and your fighter gotta have that type of bond. If y'all don't have that type of bond, then it's going to
But it's y'all that's cultivating the product though. Because it's not, no manager or promoter cares about no kid that's 8, 9 years old that's been getting beat up and want to come to the gym to learn how to fight.
Right. But that's what I'm saying.
That's the next superstar.
That goes down the drain when somebody hand you a check that you've never seen before. Some digits on there, never seen before. You see 2, 3 commas, you lose your mind. You lose your mind. You literally, at that moment, lose your mind. And this man in front of you becomes your, all of a sudden, mentor or your, whatever. You look up to him just because he handed you a check. So now you start to listen to everything he's saying, even though he never fought a day in his life. And he might be a pussy. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my words for those who can't take it. But he might be a pussy. He never fought in his life. But because he handed you a check, he God now. You listen to everything he say. And a lot of that happens in boxing. You know what I'm saying? These guys, they be mentally being taken advantage of and they don't be realizing that. And they dog the people who help them get there. And, you know.
I've seen multiple situations like that.
Yeah.
But I've seen some reconciliations.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to see Danny Jacobs and Andre Rozier patch things up. And I guess that's like one of the lucky situations because a lot of them don't repair themselves.
But it's really not that it's a lucky situation. It's just you know where you're supposed to be. You know where you live at. Stop playing. And I don't mean live like literally live, but you know where you from. You know who made you a dog. Because you clearly not that dog without Rozier. You're not. You sharp. You can fight, but you ain't no dog. Rozier bring that dog out you. He gonna talk that shit to you that you like to hear and need to hear. You know what I'm saying? He but the Jacobs done reached that level where, you know what I mean, you can't tell him nothing anyway. You know what I'm saying? He gotta make the decision. He gotta really feel it. But you know, that's the game. These guys, they'll be loyal until they make some money. They start making some money, they forget about you.
Is this why older trainers are kind of jaded from cultivating fighters and then losing them to, I guess, management and promotion, to whereas though now they don't want to really work with anybody?
Why would it ever be a section inside of a contract that says that your manager can choose who your trainer is? If you not a fighter and you my man, all right, you just my manager. How I don't get it. Like, what type of expertise do you have to say who's my trainer? Mm-hmm. So the old trainers, they get mad because it's like that's what happens to them in history. They get a guy to 19-0, he get the contender status, and the promoters, the managers, they give him an ultimatum. Yo, we can get you this fight and we can get you this amount of money, but if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it without him. If that trainer not your dad, your uncle, somebody like that, the fighter getting rid of him. And the fighter gonna find a reason and make up a reason because he thinking about himself, he thinking about the money. So that's why you see them old trainers be like, I ain't fucking with certain people, or I ain't dealing with certain, because after so much experience, you start to begin to be able to look through guys and see through guys, so you know who they is coming in. You already know he full of shit. So because he's full of shit, you just not even gonna deal with him or the business. And they call trainers like that bitter and this and that. It's not that. It just been done dirty. We want to be treated fair too, you know. But guys think. See, everybody nowadays, they want to be famous. They want to be on TV, so they think everybody else is like that. So some people think, oh, because I got a name, he gonna do whatever I tell him, or he gonna do whatever I ask him to do because I got a name. And I'm gonna be making some money, or I'm making money, so he supposed to jump when I say jump. We men, and if you a man and you got balls between your legs like I do, get the fuck out of here. That's what I tell you.
Have you ever been in a situation where a promotion wanted one of your fighters to make a switch from you?
The manager, not the promoter. The manager. The manager was trying to dictate, and I was like, bro, you don't know what you're doing. You know what I mean? We argued about it back and forth, but you know what I mean? That's as far as it went. I ain't get so far where the promoter get in the business. You know what I'm saying? Promoters a lot of times anyway, they see what they see, and you know, if something's been said to a promoter, I wasn't around for it. You know what I'm saying? People in this business and boxing, but I realize that certain people stay away from me because they know I ain't afraid to say the truth. So they watch what they say to me, or they don't even say nothing to me at all, which is fine with me. And you know, my day will come.
So you feel like you, not just the black sheep, but you're the guy that will step over that line.
Yeah, I'm gonna cross that line for sure. Cause I'm not gonna let you disrespect me. I'm a man. I'm not gonna let you play with me. So if you try to do some slick shit and you try to get around it on some slick shit, I'm gonna let it be known. You know what I mean? That's why I feel like they don't want me to have a fighter who's on major network or major TV, because then you gotta talk to me. So if you gotta talk to me, it's gonna be some shit you don't wanna hear. I mean, it's gonna be some things you wanna hear, but there's gonna be some shit you don't wanna hear. And you know, I know how to hold water now. I mean, I got better with it, but I still ain't playing with nobody. I ain't playing with nobody. Especially these suits. These suits be in the way. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them ain't never gloved up a day in their life. And they sitting there trying to tell you about boxing. Yeah, you can tell me about entertainment. That's fine. We can talk entertainment. Don't tell me about boxing.
Okay.